Look, all the wormwood's frozen silver. It's already silver. The grass is frozen silver. This bird bath is frozen. Very frosty night. My feet were cold this morning, so I knew. My toes were freezing, so I knew it would be a frost outside. Things are real frozen. They're going to take a while to thaw out, aren't they? They're crisp, like a chip. Pegs are covered in frost, frozen down under. Another bird bath frozen. A little bit of water on one side. Each microclimate is different, isn't it, near each bird bath? Well, there's some geometry. The geometrical shapes of frozenness. All the geometry of frozen ice, the shapes. Frozen water. Good for ice skating. Tom Thumb or Thumbelina could ice skate on that. They could. Tom Thumb or Thumbelina, just the right size. There's the street. Oh, there's the street. Oh, frozen. Frozen it is. I'm up early before the frost melts because I wanted to look at my night camera. And see what kangaroos I'd caught, but I didn't catch one kangaroo or wallaby at all. The night camera was all frozen and covered in ice. That's starting to melt, that one. Depends on the shadow, how much shadow it's in, doesn't it? That one's a bit thin. I maintain that there must be different microclimates because, oh look, there's that piece of my camera. I wonder what happened to it. A piece of my night camera. One of the catches broke off my night camera. Oh yes, I maintain that there are different microclimates because some bird baths are frozen harder than others. Well, I'm walking in the morning, not the morning dew, but I'm walking in the morning frost, aren't I? And all the prettiness. That was the blackbird in the frost. A bucket with a geometrical pattern on top. Nice geometry. Crystalline, as it were. Could have been a colder frost and the buckets could get frozen even harder. Look, there's the Quail family. They just went in there to huddle for a minute. Quails in the frosty morning. They do get by somehow, don't they? All huddled up. Hi, Quail. Stay warm. Fluff up in your own feathers. As they groom each other. Luxuriate in your own fluff. That's good of them to groom each other. One of the signs of being a mammal is grooming. Oh, it's freezing. My toes are freezing. My fingers are freezing. Aren't they cute? They are cute, aren't they? They look rather pink this morning. Will the camera freeze in position? Not quite. Aren't they cute? I saw the big black cat getting around yesterday, so they'd better be careful. The neighbour's cat. There's only 3 of them, but there are probably more nearby. They tend to break up and come together. Break up and come together when they're getting around. If you disturb them, they go off in 2 directions and then join up again. They got by, they got through a frosty night. Here I am, walking around in the frost, looking at the ice. And the glistening is starting when the sun shines and it melts. I like it when everything's pretty and silver, don't you? Can you see the glistening and the twinkling? I can see glistening and twinkling with my naked eye. I like to wander in the glistening and twinkling. It's melting in the sun, isn't it? Why isn't this one frozen? I think because it's under an evergreen tree, that's why. And the frost sort of, when it descends, it doesn't, if you're protected like by an evergreen tree, it doesn't completely descend upon you. It sort of falls a bit like a shadow or something. Anyway, I love it when everything's frozen silver. That's silver and frozen, whether you can tell or not, I don't know.